Welcome, scholars. Let's get started. We're going to be talking about communities. What is a community? What is a group? And what's the difference? Communities are groups of people that share common interests, common background, and common purpose. You can see right here in this nice lucid chart a little breakdown. Common interests include religion and safety, backgrounds such as culture and location, and common purpose such as providing food for families or increasing our chances of survival. And a group is any collection of people. Now, a community can also be a group, but a group isn't necessarily a community. I'm going to talk about the three types of communities. We have urban, suburban, and rural. Looking at these two pictures, this is an urban community. How do you know it's an urban community? Well, it is a city. You can see the big tall buildings in the background here and the big tall buildings here. And what you also may notice is that there is not a lot of green. There's not a lot of grass. There are parks, but they are specifically set aside for the people who live in the city. We've got skyscrapers. We've got lots of people. We've got bright lights at night. This is an urban community. Okay, what we are looking at here is a suburban community. A suburb is usually kind of a community that is used for residential, which is where people live, which you can kind of see here. Houses, tree-lined streets, green grass, as well as areas that have strip malls, places to shop, shopping centers that include supermarkets and, your local fast food chains and places to shop and eat. This is what it means to live in a suburban neighborhood. Urban neighborhoods and suburban neighborhoods are very similar and closely related. Often the suburban neighborhood is right outside the urban area. But that brings us to the rural area, which is generally far from the city and includes lots of green stuff, lots of grass, lots of trees, lots of mountains and farms. A big part of a rural community is farming and big open spaces. Okay, now that we've covered urban, suburban, rural, I want you to come back to our website and you're going to open up a Google Doc. You'll have the link right here. You click on it and your document looks like this. Give it a chance to load. Okay, so what you are going to do is you are going to look over several pictures that I've included in this document. Urban gives you a definition, is a city community. You can see that right here. If you scroll down, you can see suburban, a community near a city, and as I told you, usually residential and lots of green grass and trees. As well as the rural community, which is open land and sometimes farms. What I want you to do once you have taken a look at these pictures is turn and talk to your partner and see what the similarities and differences are between these different communities and the different things that you notice about each picture. After you've had a little chat with your neighbor, you're going to go up here into our document, click on File, and you're going to make a copy for yourself. You can name it and put it in your drive. Click OK. Give it a few minutes. Sometimes it takes a little while, and now you have your copy, and you can see that it says copy up in the top right here. And what I want you to do is just scroll down and then go ahead and underneath each picture, I want you to make a list of the things that you talked about with your neighbor. What do you notice about the picture? What is in the photo? What makes it urban, suburban, or rural? And you can just go ahead and type right in here. I'll give you a head start. Urban is a city community. We see lots of big buildings. You can just simply type big buildings. Hit enter and continue to make your list. Doesn't need to be numbered or anything like that. And when you are done, you can raise your hand and I will come to you and we will go over how to share your document with me. Final quick review. Urban is a city community. Suburban is a community near a city, usually made up of homes, but there could be strip malls and parks and community areas. And the rural neighborhood, a rural community is open land and sometimes farms. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand and I will come and help you out. The next step will be at the bottom of the website and you can go back to that now and continue.